it sounds like Loki might already be up for that second season, which is good news for fans of MCU and Loki specifically. So, where did this come from, Mitch? I believe it was Clark
Um,
Gregg.
yeah, Clark Gregg's saying that he was talking to Hiddleston, and he's like, "Oh yeah, we were filming 12 episodes," and well, we know Loki's 6, and we
Yeah.
know Loki's a limited series, so it's either one of them's messed up, like Hiddleston's just been like, "Oh yeah, filming 12," and he meant 6, which is a hell of a miss to do. But if that is accurate, then it's a two-part limited series, which I don't think I've heard of before.
Hmm. Well, I mean, it could be Agent Carter, because remember that was supposed to be a one and done season, and it was so well received. They're like,
True,
well, you know
true.
what? Here's a second season. It's like, oh, okay. I mean, I could see that type of deal. Which honestly, this is good news. Like, if they're that confident in Loki already, that's quite awesome.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
there's
And it's
nothing.
barely shot anything. It's just like
Maybe they have something real good, and it's like, yeah, they're gonna
hopefully.
deliver on this front, which again, I believe they could because they've been really solid pretty much everywhere all around from what we've seen. And maybe this just guarantees them. They're like, hey, look, when we get back to it, we thought we'd be done. What if we double down and just shoot season 1 and 2 back to back when we get back to it? Like that could be a
So that's
scenario
what
as
it
well.
sounds like.
Yeah.
Whatever Clark Gregg's saying, that's exactly what it sounds like. But it's nice because it's season one or the first part is going to be leading into Doctor Strange, and
Hmm.
then you're going to get the after of that movie as well, hopefully. Especially if he's still with the multiverse and like Loki's with the time variation authority or whatever it's
Yeah.
called. Like that's cool with me. Give me more of that stuff.
Yeah, like that's a series where I think you could renew that for like 10 seasons. And since the nature of the Tesseract and what he was doing, messing with time, you could literally do anything. Like, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but you could literally have Loki end up in the old X-Men continuity, and he's just like, oh, I'm just going to ruin this universe.
Let's face reality here. He could not do that. They ain't gonna want him to do that.
Sure, and they don't want those actors ever back, but if they saw an option, they're like, we have to honor those contracts. They could, and it's like that's what I like about the idea of the Loki series. It's like it's the unexpected factor of it because
Yeah,
I kind of like, and I don't mean this in a bad way for the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I kind of know at a
that's
base,
very limited.
and I know what I'm getting, right? Like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
kind of get it. It's like, oh, I get it. Yes, there's going to be twists and turns, but I get the type of world it's set in and what they're doing. You think about Loki and WandaVision, you're like, oh, your mind races because you have no idea.
Mhm,
And that's kind of
mhm.
like the opportunity they have. So, I mean, I'm down for 2 seasons if they want to give us more, even though I haven't seen anything and it's the one I'm least interested in.
So
It's,
I just kind of hope if they put a sneaky in there, like the second season's more the original idea. It's like, yeah, we did the TVA now, but Loki's back in the more Norse Thor setting, and it's
yeah,
like let's expand the 9 realms or 10 realms and go wild with it.
that'd be
Hey,
awesome.
maybe just do Agent of Asgard Loki and have him walk around and everything
Oh, that'd be so great.
because he's now a good guy. No, let's do that.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Like, it opens them up to a lot of possibility and
Mhm.
I think excitement is the correct word I want to use. There's some excitement to this, as I've seen among fans being like, you know what? Sure, if they're that confident with it, I don't see why not. And also, it keeps Hiddleston around, and he looks like he's having a time of his life when he's Loki.
Oh
So,
yeah. Oh, I mean, the dude's got a steady paycheck, isn't he?
yeah,
No, of course he's going to be happy. But I can't see an end for this character.
no.
We killed him off like 3 times and he still comes back. Like, what's going on?
If the ultimate, nobody dies in comics, Loki in the
I
MCU.
mean, it's a little easy for Loki because he's like the ultimate con man.
Yeah, but the dude literally had his neck snapped. And now we have a past version of him. The dude is literally impossible to get rid of. You can actually get rid of him and he still comes back. It doesn't make sense. He's like the worst boomerang ever made.
Oh no. Well, all good things, I guess, coming for Loki. So when we hear more, if they confirm season 2, we'll talk about it, and hopefully, we'll talk more about season 1 before that because they got to get back to production. So,
Also, but why did this come from Clark Gregg? Was it just him talking to Hiddleston?
yeah, he was apparently just talking to Hiddleston during one of the, I guess, Marvel things, and just...
So I was going to say, why is he talking to Hiddleston?
Right? Because that
Do
got
we
me
maybe
thinking
have Coulson and go back to Avengers 1?
well, he kind of teased that for bringing, like, not specifically talking about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. in a recent interview, but he said things will tie all the way around for his character with the events of the Avengers. So maybe things play out different. Like, by the end of this season of S.H.I.E.L.D., maybe we'll see them restored in the proper timeline and maybe things play out differently. Like,
well, speaking of that, what we've seen, the footage, is starting to line up with that old leak about them being outside of the timeline since the 5th season.
interesting.
It looks like it can be.
Dude.
I'd laugh if they, like, cause I think people in Infinity War spotted that Doctor Strange lost his sling ring. So let's put an Age of Ultron and have Coulson give Doctor Strange the sling ring.
Oh my god. They got to plug in all the plot holes and small editing errors.
So Coulson's literally just a plot fixer.
Just watch the third Ant-Man movie. They're going to explain why there's an editing error in Endgame with the Giant Man and Ant-Man at the same time. It's going to be like, oh no, that was a
It was Coulson from the past wearing the Ant-Man suit, and he popped up for that 1 minute.
And it's all connects to the second season of Loki, which is why Clark Gregg knows.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't put this past them. Honestly, I would not put an explanation like that past them, because they're ridiculous about trying to fix the little problems in there. So yeah, Loki. When we know more, we'll talk more about it.